everyone, and welcome to Mental Health Mamas. I'm Krista, and this is Cassie.
Hi.
And we're back this week. We're going to do an every other week right now because, this way we can come up with more topics and more stuff to talk about and stuff like that. So this week we're going to talk about anxiety, right, Cassie? And
Yep.
her daughter and my daughter both have anxiety. I know it's Zoe. She's a little bit older than Layton. She just turned 10 in May, and she's been dealing with anxiety since she was, I'm going to say, pretty much since she was 6. She's always had trouble, and the only reason we found out was because at school she was blanking out during tests. So she would, when it would come to test time, she knew the material because we would test her at home. But then when it came to actually physically doing the test, she would totally blank out, get real nervous. She would answer the questions wrong. It was just a real struggle for her. Kind of like white coat syndrome, they call it, when you go to the doctor's office and your blood pressure is sky high and all that stuff. And it's just because you're at the doctor's office and your anxiety gets, all crazy. So, yeah, that's how we found out how she was dealing with the anxiety. Also, we found out was because she was, sometimes she's on a highs, like she'll be like, she talks so fast that you can't understand her.
Yeah.
Like she's just trying to talk too fast and her words are all getting mumbled together. And then we noticed that, and then she also would like be talking in a high pitch out of nowhere, where like she sounded like she was yelling, but she wasn't really yelling. She was like kind of like just really like she was on speed or something. Like literally. Like that's how she seemed. So it was always a constant thing.
Anxiety is a little different. We noticed it probably around age 5, where she would get like panicky if I had to leave her somewhere.
Yeah.
And at school, that was like really tough. She was like crying all the time. Her teachers would constantly call me during the day on their cell phone so she could talk to me. And, we always joked around, like, that she's my Velcro child. Like, she's, like, always attached to me.
Yeah.
And when we started taking her to therapy for the first time, that's exactly what they said. She's just anxious, but she gets anxious about everything, like, forgetting things. She'll like, oh my God, I forgot to do something, then she starts to cry.
Yeah.
She worries super easily about like every little thing. Is so-and-so going to be okay? What's going on? What was that noise? A thunderstorm. She's like, is the house going to catch fire?
That's
like,
Zoe
is the tree
too.
Gonna fall?
She's always worrying.
Yeah, she's so bad that she wakes up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And is like anxious about things, and we have to talk through it and stuff.
Yeah, that's Zoe too. She gets really anxious about stuff too, and she constantly worries about something happening to our house. Like something's going to happen to our house, and what's going to happen if we get a tornado, or what's going to happen if the hurricane comes. Like right now we have a hurricane coming this way. It's hitting on the west coast before it hits the east coast, but she's already hasn't stopped talking about it. She's like very like worried about it because now we're staying at Mimi's house right now. We don't have our own house, and Mimi's house is a manufactured home, so she's worried that the house is gonna blow apart, and it's like, no, it's not gonna be that bad on this side where it is on that side. So it's like, I gotta like try to calm her down and make her realize that it's not as bad as, and the news don't help. So it's and like she wants to hear the stuff on the news, and like she wants to hear what's going on, but then she gets herself all sick and worried and upset about everything. So it's like really a struggle for her.
Yeah, Layton does the same thing, and I try to like kind of block her from that kind of stuff because I know that she'll get really anxious.
Yeah.
But it's odd because I was diagnosed with OCD and anxiety, and a lot of my anxiety is because of my OCD. Like,
Right.
I have like racing thoughts, and I can't get over it unless I like
Right.
do things to make them stop.
Right.
And a lot of like her anxiety, it reminds me a lot of my stuff. Like, because I have OCD about like bad things happening. Like, you can't
Okay.
tell me that things
Yeah.
are gonna be fine. Like, I'm like, okay, well, the only reason it didn't happen yet is because I did this, this, and this, and this is like the only thing that prevents it from happening.
Right.
And I'm like anxious, and I think she's picked up a lot of those traits, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm now that you mention that with the OCD thing, like I'm thinking that I know they don't want to diagnose OCD in children young like them. So it's like I think that she does have that problem though too with OCD because she's a perfectionist, and if she doesn't think that she gets 100 on something, or if she's like not the greatest at doing something at karate, she really gets down on herself. And it's like, honey, it's okay. You're not going to be perfect. It's just not going to happen that way. But it's hard for us to say, like me, because I don't understand like how she is that way. So it's like easier for us to say than for people to actually, because I know both of my nieces have severe anxiety too. So I think it runs in our family.
Leighton's like that. She's got like that perfectionist mentality too, and she gets really down on herself, or she'll call herself stupid if she doesn't like perform a
that's
task.
Zoe. That's so weird because Zoe says the same thing. I'm so stupid, or like But her other problem is that she like always thinks that she has to be first. Everything is like a competition, and she takes it to the extreme. So it's like, it's just a game. It's okay if you're not winning every time, and it got when she was younger, she used to like cheat at every game. Like we knew she was cheating. And like she'd be like, no I'm not, and she'd be screaming at us. And it's like, yes you are. And like, especially with her and Shay, they get into it a lot because Shay's a perfectionist too. And I know Shay's got OCD because Shay is like, she's got that, I think it's part of her autism, because she like everything has to be just so, and everything has to be done this way, where other people may not want to do it that way. They might have a different way of doing it, but she thinks it's the wrong way and her way is the right way. So like she gets in arguments all the time with everybody in the house about that stuff. And her and Zoe go at it all the time, and like Zoe and her always are the ones playing games together because they both love games, but they love the competition part of it. And then they both have anxiety a little bit, and then they're both OCD about it, so they both think they have to win. But Shay's like always calling her out, like, you cheated, you looked at the cards, you cheated. So it's like, oh my god. So it's a never-ending battle with us for them. But it's like, there's so many different kinds of anxiety. With kids, it's kind of hard to pinpoint.
A lot of people don't realize, but like kids with anxiety, it's like often shown as like outbursts, like angry outbursts.
Yes.
When they get overwhelmed and overstimulated, like Leighton. If she gets in trouble for like anything, it doesn't matter what it is, her reaction is so big. Like she like will start like crying, and she'll throw something on the ground. And like that's how she expresses that she's anxious, because she doesn't know how to like properly assert that from herself. So it's just like an explosion of emotion. And I don't think a lot of people realize that's like an anxiety aspect.
Yes, it
as
is.
well. And I know we talked about that with ADHD and stuff. They also have those big things, but most kids with ADHD also suffer from anxiety.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Zoe does the same thing. She has outbursts too, like that. And then like she'll go from a 10-year-old to like a 3-year-old. That's how bad the outbursts are. They're like so dramatic and like over the top. So it's like, it's really insane. Because like I used to think, oh, she's just being bratty. She's just this. And the therapist's like, no. That's her anxiety. And I was like, really? And she's like, that's how she's showing you she's having anxiety. She's throwing these outbursts, and she's having these anger. She gets angry really easily, or she gets upset really easily, because she's an emotional roller coaster. Like,
sounds like
like she'll cry at the drop of a dime. She will laugh the next minute, and then I'm like, okay, are we sure we're not talking about DMDD? Because sometimes I'm like,
it's really close.
yes, because her moods are like I said, she could be really like very talkative and like be fumbling over her words, and she'd be like on that manic almost, type of. And that's why I always ask the therapist. I'm like, is she having a manic episode, or is it the? She's like, I think it's more the anxiety than her having anything like DMDD. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
She's like, not saying that it's not going to come along later, but yeah, I wasn't sure in the beginning.
Yeah, I thought that latent too, but because of Bryson definitely having DMDD, like where he wakes up triggered and like, really aggressive.
Yeah.
She doesn't wake up like that.
Yeah, see, neither does Zoe.
Yeah, she'll wake up in a normal state of mind, and it's just like particular situations will give her anxiety, and you'll see it. It's usually crying. Like she's often thought of as our shy child. Like she's really quiet to begin with, but she does open up like once she gets to know you.
Yeah.
So like in situations like it's almost like she's kind of socially awkward. Like if somebody compliments her, she doesn't really know what to say, and I'm like, you say thank you. Because you can see it. Like she gets like flushed cheeks.
That's how Zoe is too. She's really shy, and it's hard for her to talk too. Like you said, and she's 10 and she's still that way. It's just she just she's not comfortable around you unless she really, really knows you. So, but once she does know you, boy, will she talk your ear off. So
definitely, and us too.
It's just
it's funny.
It's really It's like, but like even like when we're alone in the car, sometimes like when I'm driving to karate or whatever, and we're alone in the car, and like she won't talk. Like the 30 minutes will go by and the girl's not talking, and I look at her, I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. It's like, okay. And so I try to spark up conversations with her, try to get her and I'm her mom. Okay, I raised the child, and she's still quiet with me too sometimes. And it's just like she's just like it's not really. I read too much into it, I think.
Yeah, I do the same thing. And it's funny you say that because I do the same thing with and if she's like being really quiet at any time, I'm like, are you okay? You good? And she's like, yeah, I'm fine.
It just makes me nervous. Yeah, because like the anxiety along comes depression, so that's what worries me. Because in the beginning she was diagnosed with anxiety and depression. Now not so much the depression as the anxiety is taking over more since she's gotten older. So like it's just it just worries me because I never know how to tell because sometimes I just worry that if she's too quiet, how they always say make sure kids are able to open up to you, and talk to you, and come to you with anything, any issues that they have or anything. And I always try to stress that to my kids, especially the two older ones, because they're at those ages now as girls, that they may run into these, things that happen, getting bullied. I mean, even online you get bullied, so it doesn't matter if you're in school or not. There's online bullying on Roblox, on everything, so you have to be so careful.
Yeah, we had a lot of those experiences last school year. Leighton and another student. The other student was really nasty to Leighton, and because Leighton's so quiet, she didn't like to vocalize it to the teachers, but she'd vocalize it to me. And then I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to have the conversation with the teachers for you.
Right.
And she'd get really anxious and be like, no, please don't, because I don't want it to be worse.
That's Zoe.
And I'm like, no, the teacher needs to know though.
Yeah.
And
she never wants me to tell anybody anything because she gets too scared and worried.
We had a lot of I don't want to go to school today, my stomach hurts. And that's the first red flag.
Oh yeah, big
that they're
time.
anxious about something.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, you don't have a fever, you didn't throw up, you just not want to go to school. And she's like, no, I do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then it came down to she was just worried about getting picked on at school.
Yeah. Aww.
And I'm like, man, and it was stupid things that kids pick on for, it's every little thing.
Yeah, it is.
You can't do this as good as me, or
Yeah.
they're young, and a lot of it's more like just like little name calling, and kids not understanding that like even the littlest name calling does really hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
They just haven't like reached that level of maturity yet.
Yeah.
So I have to like constantly have that conversation with Leighton, like, some kids just say things and they don't really mean it.
Right.
And you have to kind of understand the difference between when somebody is just upset in the moment and saying something, or like they're just actually being a bully.
Being a bully,
you have
yeah.
to start to like
vocalize
that to the adults, because if I'm not at school with you, I can't be your voice.
Exactly.
You have to be your own voice.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
It's tough to teach your kid.
Yeah, it is. And like with Zoe, it's just like she gets upset like with little things because they're not physically in school, so like their stuff is like just with each other. Like they're going through their own like social problems with each other, and like it's been rough here. Like I'm ready to be in my house. I'm like I've had it. Like it's been horrible, and they're like getting worse and worse with all of their problems because they're on top of each other, and they're sick of each other. They don't have their own rooms to go to. It's not a normal situation at all for them. And now that we even started school, it hasn't gotten better. I thought maybe starting school, would be a little bit busier, it'll make the day go by quicker, the time go by quicker, and, but they're still like, and it's like, and it's mostly like, Chloe's been the good one out of all of them, I'm going to say. She's been really good. She doesn't argue a lot with anybody. And, like, even some days she won't go to the pool. She'll be like, nope, I'm going to stay here. So she'll stay back with my mom or with my older son and just chill by herself. She just wants to be by herself. She wants them to go so she can be by herself. And, like, she did that 2 days in a row. And I'm like, are you all right? And she's like, I'm fine. I'm like, okay. She's like, I just want to stay here. She needs her own time. And she figures that's when everybody's gone. So this is my time to be alone and nobody nag me, bother me, Because she is, out of all of them, she's the less argumentative out of everybody.
Yeah.
So, because she has a really big heart. That's just how she is.
Right.
Like, she cares and feels about everyone. And if she does get mean, like 2 minutes later, she feels really bad about it.
Yeah. That's Leighton. Leighton's the same exact way. She's so apologetic.
We're like, Zoe will hold a grudge forever.
Yeah. That's Bryson.
It's like, really? And so does Elijah. Elijah holds grudges forever. But, like, Elijah's been the one, like, he was doing really good, but now it's getting to the point where he's, like, just, like, totally not good with it anymore. Like, he wants to be out of here and, like, in his own room. Because he used to go in his room, and be alone. And it's kind of hard.
They're spending a lot more time together now.
Yeah, it's just like, it's been a nightmare. It's like, I'm ready.
I'm ready for school to start because of that same reason. Like, I think my kids have been together way too much this summer, and they're over each other, They need to be able to separate.
Yeah.
Like, we do get breaks when, like, Bryson goes to his father's house and Hunter goes to his mom's house. Like, Leighton gets to experience, like, being alone, and the mood is so much different when she's by herself.
I bet.
She's not as overstimulated and anxious, and I can say the same, though, about, like, when the boys are home with just me and she's not here.
Yeah.
It's not as chaotic. Like, not everybody's up each other's butts.
Yeah.
And, they get that free time.
Yeah.
And you can definitely see the differences in, like, how they're feeling.
Yeah.
Like, Bryson isn't as moody when he has one-on-one time. But, again, that happens because they get one-on-one attention.
Right.
We have multiple kids, that's like never a thing.
Exactly. Yeah, it's too hard.
So you feel like their symptoms so much more severe when they can't get that individual attention.
Yes, absolutely.
You got to kind of work through that.
Yes.
It's tough.
How has Bryson been doing? Has he been doing better now?
So I don't think we talked about it last time because we just started. He we switched his meds, so he's no longer on any oral stimulants. He got switched to a transdermal patch.
Right.
That he wears on his hip. It lasts for 9 hours.
Yeah, you were saying that. How has it been going, though? Has he been doing good with it?
So I don't think the dosage is right yet. So when he was on the oral stimulants, he got a lot of it. So he had, in the morning, he had 20 milligrams. That was like an instant release. And with that, he took a 40 milligram that was an extended release. So like right off the bat, essentially he was getting 40 milligrams. And then, the extended release would go, and then he'd get another 30 milligrams in the afternoon. So that was like more like 50.
Right.
So this patch is only 20 milligrams all day long. But it's supposed to last longer than the extended release because he was just metabolizing that so fast. So when we go back to the psychiatrist, she'll probably up that dosage for the patch, but I think she wanted to see how you'd react to it first.
And this is the Respidone, right?
No, this is the methylphenidate.
Oh, the methylphenidate, that's right. Yeah, because I'm going to ask the doctor about it. Yeah, I'm going to ask the doctor about it.
I feel like the concept of it's really good because we were having the problem with the oral stimulant. It only lasted like 3 to 4 hours a day.
Right.
For him, and then when it was done, and it was not a good time for him. So this is supposed to be like a prolonged thing. I think once we get the dosage right, it should be okay. That, and we like doubled the dose of his risperidone, which we're now noticing. Before, like, we didn't see that much of an increase in appetite, like a little bit, but now since we've increased it, his appetite has definitely skyrocketed. Yeah. Like, he's always hungry.
Oh, wow.
No matter what. And I don't know if that's also because the patch isn't as strong as the pills were. So the pills suppress the appetite and kind of balance that mood stabilizer out. And I think that is also like causing it.
Yeah.
So like we've really had to kind of be hard on him about eating, which makes us sound like such bad parents.
No, I have to do the same thing with Chloe. I have to do the same thing.
He weighs so much for his age.
Yeah, Chloe
and I
too.
don't want him to blow up.
Yes.
And be unhealthy.
And those medications can do that, and then it could cause diabetes and a whole bunch of other stuff. So you have to be really careful.
So we're always kind of on him, like, you can have a meal.
Right.
But, like, you're not going to go up for seconds and thirds.
Right, exactly.
Like, it's just not going to happen. And he gets really angry about that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that, like, it's actually his stomach that feels hungry. I think it's his brain.
Yes.
It's telling
That's what they say.
I'm like, there's no way.
That's what they say it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to try to be like, Grayson, like, you're going to make yourself sick because you're overeating and your stomach's not this big.
Yeah, because Chloe's is Geodon that she's on, and that's for her DMDD and schizophrenia, and that makes your appetite, but it's all about up here. It's not the stomach, it's the brain, they said. So when she asks for seconds, it depends on what it is. If it's a real fattening food, and I know I gave her a lot of pasta or something like that, you know, it's like, okay, one helping's enough. Because then later on, 2 hours later, she wants a snack, and I let them have snacks. So, it's like, it's not like she's not getting anything else, because she is. So, it's just kind of balancing it out.
Foods. Like, we don't buy chips or anything anymore.
Yeah.
Everything you're allowed to snack on now is like berries or apples.
That's what we do too. A lot of apples and oranges and natural fruits and that kind of stuff. The problem with Chloe is that Chloe doesn't like any fruit. I got her to start eating grapes just recently. I said, how do you know you don't? I think it was all in her head, because I would say, how do you know you don't like a grape? You've never had one. Let's try one. Try one. If you don't like it, you spit it out. So then she tried it, and then she was like, oh, these are good. It's all in your head. You're convincing yourself that you don't like something when you've never even tried it. So I finally got her to do that. So now we've been kind of like playing this game, like try it, see if you like it, and then, we'll go from there. But like strawberries, she will not go near, which is fine. I understand it's probably a texture thing with strawberries.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people don't like strawberries, let's face it. So it's like I won't push her on that one. But like bananas, mushy, she don't, I don't even like bananas. So it's like I've been trying to like push like the other types of stuff on her. Or like I'll sneak stuff in her regular food that she doesn't even realize. Like she hates all vegetables. But I'm like, that's in your head. That's in your head. So like I'll sneak stuff in her food so that she doesn't even know she's getting the vegetable. Like I put kale sometimes in the pasta sauce. I swear I do. I'm just like, because it's a green. She thinks it's like just seasoning, like parsley, and it's not. It's kale, but she doesn't know it. So
yeah, I gotta get it in somehow. That's another trigger of anxiety for Layton is food.
Really?
Me trying to get her to try new foods because she has like a sensory disorder with texture in her mouth. So like,
oh, that's shame.
She's never eaten eggs. She's never eaten mashed potatoes, stuffing. She'll eat boxed macaroni and cheese, but she won't eat homemade macaroni and cheese because it's too thick.
Yep.
So like anything with a thicker texture.
Yep.
She like panics about. She like breaks down. I am not eating that. Like crying. I don't like it, and I'm like, you tried it when you were a baby one time, didn't like it, and because she knew she didn't like it back then, she won't ever try it again.
Yeah.
And it's so hard, but like we worked on that in therapy too, because she is such a picky eater and she gets anxious about everything, and the therapist did the same thing that you did. It's like have her try it.
Yep.
If she absolutely hates it and she spits it out, don't ever make her eat it again until she asks to.
Right.
So like we have done that, but like even like convincing her to even try it is so hard.
It's hard. Yeah. I mean, just recently Chloe started. Yeah, because that's what Chloe's doing. She was gagging. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not forcing this because this is ridiculous, So I was just like, okay, but then we revisited it. And I said, don't even think about it. Just put it in your mouth. Don't think about the texture. Think about something else and just try and feel like how it tastes. Not so much how it feels in your mouth. Because that's Shay. But lately, Shay has been eating a lot more since she's been on the Respirone.
Yeah.
But it's not working for her.
Yeah. It took a long time for Bryson.
It's not working at all. Like, they upped it, and this child is still bouncing off the walls and moody. So what am I supposed to do? Because I'm just like, there's not much more I think the rest of us could take in this house of her, because she is like constantly nagging. Like, she wakes up in the morning and she's at 110.
Yeah.
All day long. Till she goes to bed. It's like I'm going insane. Me and Cordy are like, oh my God, this child.
Yeah, we didn't notice any difference with risperidone for Bryson until he got to a whole milligram.
Really?
And we started at 0.25.
Yeah, but she's so damn small, so I don't know if they're even going to do that.
I think that medication is not weight-based.
No?
It's not like a stimulant,
Okay.
Because we went right from, so we went up 0.25, every 4 or 5 weeks.
That's what she's been doing. She's been doing 0.25.
This last time, though, she moved it up by a whole half a dose. She's like, he's been doing well on it, so I'll go ahead and say we can go ahead and move it up to 0.5 instead of the 0.25.
But it's like she's not even taking anything.
We still divide it, though. He gets a whole milligram before bed.
Yeah.
And it's a 24-hour medication, and when he wakes up, he gets another 0.5.
She's taking it twice a day. She takes it in the morning and the afternoon. And it feels like she's not taking anything. It seems like it to me. I'm not noticing no change, no difference. And she just upped it the last visit. So last month she upped it to the afternoon too. So now I don't know what she's going to do, because it's
Is she on a stimulant as well?
Yeah, she's on the methylphenidate, so I don't know what.
Sometimes that actually causes them to be more moody.
Yeah, that's what she was saying too. You're right, because she said that too to me about that. She said sometimes it has a different effect on kids.
It does.
The problem with Shay,
they call it.
Yeah, the problem with Shay is that she can't take the guafacine because she has the heart problem. So I think if she was able to take the guafacine, she would be a lot better. So it's just so sad because it's like I'm hoping maybe she'll try something else because that's what the therapist is saying. She's saying, "Oh, let's try something else. We could try something else." I'm hoping because the therapist is saying that, but I'm hoping the psychiatrist says it because like this child is driving us crazy. Like I go to the pool with her and she's so like because the pool is like everybody in the community here, so there's like all old people there all the time, and some like kids and some don't like kids. So when we're there, some understand and some don't understand. So like with her, she's like nagging and crying and whining and acting up and driving everybody crazy. So I've been making her get out of the pool, and that's like her timeout. Like get out of the pool, sit out for 5 minutes, or whatever.
Yeah, I wonder if it's the methylphenidate that's doing it because we have a family history of bipolar in my family. They won't put me on a stimulant because I don't have any like bipolar tendencies right now, and she was really afraid that if she put me on a stimulant for my ADHD, that it would unlock the bipolar disorder that could be laying dormant. Because she sees it a lot with people with ADHD and a history of bipolar disorder. So she's like, we don't want to open a box that's not open yet,
Yeah.
So they were trying to give me like other things that act like a stimulant but aren't a stimulant.
Yeah.
And
I'm wondering if maybe I should mention something because I know her mom was bipolar, so that could be a box that we don't open.
Yeah.
Oh.
It could definitely be. I would definitely talk to her about that because that was my biggest worry with Bryson. But his ADHD was so bad, there was no way he couldn't be on the stimulant. Like he had to be, or he would have been more unsuccessful.
Well, see, that's what was happening with Shay. The same thing. Yeah. But I could see Shay having the bipolar disorder as well. Maybe when she gets older, she might need to be reevaluated altogether.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
I'll tell you, at my last, I just had a meeting with Bryson's IEP specialist, and she is like a life coordinator as well, and she actually just put in a referral for Bryson for psychosocial rehab, and it is a program that helps kids become good members of their community and like how to be self-sufficient and independent.
Oh, nice.
And it will teach them like social skills and how it's appropriate to act and what's not appropriate.
Right.
When you're out in society.
Oh my God, I need that for Elijah.
Yeah. I had never heard of it until this week, and I did a lot of research on it.
I wonder if they have
and I'm pretty excited to start it because it sounds like, because he doesn't know how to act appropriately a lot.
Yeah,
that it could be beneficial, and it they do it so where it wraps around into home life as well.
Yeah, see, that's good.
So,
I wonder if they have something like that here. Ooh, I need to research that.
So it is called different things at different facilities. So it's called psychosocial at our facility. There's wraparound services at other facilities. It just depends on
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the therapist and see if she could find for me and see if she could find something like that. Because
so we're gonna start that soon, and I'm pretty excited to see if it'll help him, with his social skills and his cognitive behaviors, so that we can get him more to the age that he physically is.
Yeah. Now, when do they start school? Next week? Or no, not next week.
So my daughter starts on the 5th, and both boys start on the 8th.
Oh, okay.
So.
Are they excited about school?
Leighton's so-so about it. She's a little upset she didn't get the teacher she wanted. That was a whole thing. She had cried for a good while for it. Bryson's more nervous because he's starting a whole new school.
Right.
He doesn't know anyone, But at the same time, I think he's kind of excited to get a fresh start.
Yeah.
And then Hunter's so easygoing. I don't feel like he ever really cares.
No.
He's just goes with the flow type of kid.
Yeah. That's
Which is
basically,
nice.
that's how Lillian is too. She's just go with the flow.
Yeah.
She's so laid back. It's like, I wish I could be like her.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you don't hear me talk a lot about Lillian, and that's because there isn't really a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, the only really serious thing with her is just her being a little bit slow with, you know, up here. But, like, everything else, she's not too bad. I mean, really. Like, like, if you want someone to, like, spill you with compliments all day long, bring her with you, because she'll, like, make your day all day long.
Little hype person.
Oh my God, she is. It's like everybody always says, oh, I just want to put her in my pocket and take her around with me all day long, because that's just how she is. Like, she's a breath of fresh air, but she doesn't let anything really bother her. But lately, oh, how cute he's what was I going to say? She's been getting on Elijah's nerves, and Elijah's been getting on her nerves a lot lately. So, like, they've been going at it too. So it's like Elijah will say, will you play with me later? And then she'll say, yeah, I'll play with you later. But then she forgets that she said it. And then later comes, and then Elijah will come up, and it is really later. And he'll say, Lillian, remember you said you would play with me later? And then she tells him no. And then it's a whole episode that happens.
Yep.
He blows up. He's mad at everybody. He's slamming things. Things are good. I'm like, nope, we're not going to do this no more. No, sorry. I'm like, nope. So what I do is and the therapist said it was good. I told her, I said, the next time that you tell your brother that you're going to play with them later, and then later comes and you don't play with them, you're not playing with anybody.
Yeah.
Nope. You're not playing with nobody. You're not playing with Shay. You're not playing with Chloe. You're not playing, it's never Zoe. But you're never playing with them until you play with him first.
Yeah.
Then you can play with them.
Teaches her responsibility and to keep her promises.
Yep.
So that's definitely a good thing.
And she hates it right now. Because she hates that I keep saying it to her, and she hates that Gordy keeps saying it to her, and we're sticking to it. I've been sticking to it faithfully. Because it makes, and then she goes into this, and this is the only time you'll hear her ever complain. And she throws her body all over. That's her frustration. And then we ignore her. Like, I'll walk around her and pretend like she's not even there, throwing the fit. I'll walk around her. Gordy walks around her. I don't even look at her. No eye contact. Like, just keep going about my business. And I'm just like, yeah, no.
Yep.
Because it's terrible.
We have that same scenario at our house constantly.
Yes. And she told me, the therapist, she's like, that's the best thing you could do. Don't let her play with anybody else.
Yep.
That's it.
No, it's definitely a good, responsible thing. Like, she'll have to learn, like, if I say something, I have to do it.
Yeah. Because that's like getting out of everything. That's your cop-out, you know, I don't want to.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sure, like, you know, if you say to her, like, you know, when mommy and daddy tell you, like, we're going to do something for you, and we don't, you'd be really upset with us, right?
Yep,
so,
we've done that.
Expect us to keep our promises, you have to keep yours.
Yep.
You know, simple as that.
Sometimes I tell her, okay, so when you want a snack later, I'm going to tell you no.
Right. Even if I already said that you could,
I'm going to tell you no.
Brother's feeling.
Yep, exactly. Yep. I'm going to tell you no. And how's that make you feel?
Yeah.
You get this.
Shocked, upset, you know, betrayed.
Like, would you really do that, Mom? Yeah, I would.
Yeah. No, and it's a great, and it, you know, it's actually a really good learning and coping mechanism. Like, it helps her express feeling. Like, now she knows how she's making other people feel.
Yeah, she's making other people feel because she has no clue. Because she does it with him, she does it with Shay, she does it, like, she's just like, because she always wants to be, like, outside and, like, with the one with the wilderness, I guess you could say. Yeah. She's like, she's a spiritual animal. So, like, she wants to be out there with the critters and the bugs and, you know. So, like, Gordy, like, tells her, he's like, okay, well, if you don't do this with them, then you're not going outside later. Sorry.
Yeah, that's, like, a huge blow for her.
Yeah, it is. It's huge. So then she's like, she'll sit there and think about it for a few minutes, and then she's like, Okay, Elijah, what do you want to do? Yeah, I knew that was
Look
coming.
at what's in the way.
Uh-huh, exactly. Because
So
it's...
I have Layton here,
Oh,
and she
hi.
wants to come on and talk. Come on over, Layton.
Hi, Layton. It's so nice to finally see you because I see you on Facebook all the time. And I saw that you got an award. Tell me about that. How did that feel? Was it cool?
I didn't win any prizes though.
No. But the award was pretty cool, right?
She got a bunch of free books.
Cool.
Got to go to like a whole like library type thing and pick any books she wanted, and they let her bring them home.
Awesome.
Those are hers to keep.
That's awesome. So what have you been doing all summer? I saw you play soccer, right? I've seen you playing soccer. What else have you been doing? Anything?
Playing on my phone.
Playing on your phone? Yeah, that's cool. What else? Like what kind of stuff outside have you been doing?
Gymnastics.
Gymnastics. You like that, huh? Yeah. I have a daughter who likes gymnastics too. She loves it. Are you really good at it?
Yeah, I'm learning how to do some more tricks.
Oh, you are? Cool. Awesome. Can you do flips in the water? Can you do flips in the water too? Yeah, my kids love to do flips in the water. A lot.
Whenever I go in the pool at my Nana and Papa's, I always do flips in the pool.
You do? Yeah. Do you do a forward one? Forward?
Yeah. I do both.
You do backward too? Yeah. My kids like to do it too. Yeah, that's super fun. So are you excited for school? Sorta. Yeah.
Yeah, sorta.
Yeah, sorta. Yeah, I get that. I understand.
So we were talking about anxiety, because you have anxiety, right? Do you want to tell us how anxiety makes you feel inside when you're experiencing that? Okay, go ahead.
Whenever I forget something at school that was like probably really special to me that I have to bring home, I always get worried.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I always in the same day I forgot it. I think the next day that I'm going to forget it again, and I'm just going to keep forgetting, and then at the end of the school year, I'm just not going to get it back because I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I understand that. My daughter is the same way. She worries about stuff like that too. Like she forgot her bag the other day going to karate. She needed her bag with all her equipment in it, for karate, and she forgot it, and she was like, oh no, and she was like so worried. She didn't know what was going to happen, but it turned out to be okay. And then she just, next time she was like, I'm not going to forget it this time, because she always put it next to her uniform, and then she never forgot it again. So yeah, I understand. That would worry me too sometimes. I get like that too.
Yeah. Any other things that you can think of that you feel anxious about? I know thunderstorms make you anxious, right?
Oh,
I was thinking, are we gonna be okay? Because when we were in Florida, it happened when we were outside, and I was like, is lightning gonna struck us? Because we were outside.
Yeah. So you worried about it? Yeah, I live in Florida, so I know those thunderstorms can be fierce over here. It's really loud, but the chances of you being hit by a thunderstorm or by lightning are really super slim.
Yeah.
Really slim. So, but I understand because My kids worry about it too. Like every time they hear it, even the dogs get worried. They bark every time. Every time they hear it go boom, they're like, "Rah, rah, rah," they all start
Our
barking.
dogs are worse because my dog howls.
Yeah, so does mine. And he's not even a hound dog. Go figure. I'm like, how are you howling when you're not even a hound dog? Yeah, they do that a lot. They get nervous too, dogs.
Mine is actually supposed to howl because it's a half husky, so they're really
Oh, okay.
loud.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess he would howl. You're right. Wow.
She just worries about everything, huh? But when you are getting worried about things, how does it feel inside? Like, what are you feeling? Do you does your stomach feel funny? Does your chest feel funny? Like, what are you feeling when you get anxious?
I don't really know.
You
I
know,
forget.
does it just make you feel like you want to cry?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, huh?
Does it feel like little
the
butterflies?
feeling,
Does it feel like little butterflies in your stomach?
Kinda.
Kinda. Yeah, that's how my daughter always says it to me. She was like, "Mommy, it feels like there's tons of butterflies just flying inside my tummy." Yeah.
What are things that we do when you're feeling anxious to make us feel better? Can you think of some of the things we've done? What's like the number one thing that we do? Like, we take deep breaths.
Not really.
No.
Probably never did that much in my life.
You ever taken a deep breath to calm yourself down?
Well, at school I did,
Yeah.
but never at home.
No. What do you do when you're anxious at home?
You go get mom.
I just go in my room and just watch TV.
Yeah. That's a good mechanism.
Yeah.
Separating yourself and doing something to keep your mind off of it.
Yeah, that is good. That's what Zoe does too. My daughter's name is Zoe, and she has anxiety too, and she does that a lot. Like, she'll try to do something else to get her mind off of whatever's worrying her, and it helps her feel better. Or at times she'll come sit with me and she'll tell me about it, and then I kind of help her through it too. And I'm sure your mom does that too with you, huh?
Yeah, well, sometimes when I get like anxious and I start to cry, I always go up to my room and I just watch my favorite YouTuber on YouTube, and like because the YouTuber is so funny, it just gets me to laugh and stop.
Who is it?
It's called Creep Craft.
What's
crap?
Crip? I never heard of that one.
Yeah.
I never heard of that one.
We watch a lot of weird YouTube.
Do you know what? Do you know what my kids like? Who they like the best? And I'm sure you've heard of him because he's like a billionaire, almost a billionaire.
Mr. Beast.
You got it.
He's like the almost million. Like he's the most richest YouTuber.
Mm-hmm. He is.
Almost the most richest YouTuber.
Yes, he is. You know why? He was really smart. He's really smart. Yeah. All those challenges and stuff that he's done and everything, he's done a lot. I like him, though, a lot. And I like that my kids watch him because I think he's cool. I think what he stands for is really good. And I like that he gives away a lot of his money, to charity. I think that's great.
You know what I think is really weird about my mom?
What?
Because every time I watch YouTube, she always says, "Can we watch SS Sniper Watch?" She likes her.
Yeah?
Really?
Hunter, you want to come over?
I'm good.
Not a chance.
No.
No.
I know. I was going to try and get Zoe to come on, too. And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, oh. I really wanted her to come on because I wanted her to meet you, because she has some anxiety, too. So I thought you guys could, totally talk to each other and, understand each other a little bit more and, what you guys go through.
Yeah.
With anxiety. But we might have to try it again.
You guys can host your own episode.
Ooh, that would be really cool. Wouldn't that be
I don't
cool?
know about that.
Oh, come
I think
on. That would be
cool.
so cool. I bet you
Yeah, you could
everyone
talk
would
to
like to
someone
hear
that-
you guys.
That knows how you feel too, right?
Yeah. You could, because you guys could help a lot of other kids who have the same things going on.
Yeah.
They like to
That's
hear
right.
other kids talk about it too, because it doesn't make them feel like they're so alone. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you seem like you're doing great, because I see all the wonderful pictures your mom puts up for you on Facebook and all the cool stuff that you get to do. I finally got to meet you.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear about you all the time from your mom, not just your mom, but I hear about it from your Gigi,
Yeah.
because
Nah,
that's
nah.
my aunt.
Krista's mom is Gigi's sister.
Yeah. Did you know that? No?
Nope.
Well, now you do.
Next time we'll go to Florida and we'll go visit. How about that? And
Yeah.
then you can meet all Krista's kids. You guys will have a lot of stuff in common.
Yes. They would love that. They love meeting new people. Love it.
That's nice, huh? Makes you anxious thinking about it, doesn't it?
Yeah. You like Florida? Yeah. What do you like best about Florida?
Disney World.
I knew that was coming.
And every year, my friend Ava, she goes to Florida to see her grandma.
Oh, really? That's so nice. That's what we used to do before we moved here, because my mom lived here before we came. So we used to come and visit all the time too. But yeah, Florida's fun. But we don't go to Disney. Just when you live here, though, you don't go to Disney World like you do when you visit. Like if you come from somewhere else. It's not the same thing.
No. Kind of like Niagara Falls for us.
Yeah,
Everybody wants to see
exactly.
Niagara Falls, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Probably the best experience in my life was going to Canada.
Really? What did you like about it? The falls?
There was a bunch of fun things. There was mini golf. There was a bunch of fun rides.
Yeah.
Probably the one I really want to go on is zip line.
The zip lines? Yeah, those are fun. Those are super fun. Do you like rides?
My
Yeah.
dad is a complete scaredy cat going on the Ferris wheel.
Is he really? He must be scared of heights.
Even though he's the manliest person in our family.
Oh, okay.
But he acts like a girl on the Ferris wheel.
Really? Wow.
Oh, man, your dad's listening to this. He's
Uh-oh.
so happy that you
That's okay. I don't like Ferris wheels that much either, because I recently, not too long, I used to love going on roller coasters. Those are my favorite rides when I was growing
I love
up.
roller coasters.
Yeah, I was the same way when I was your age, but then I got older and I can't go on them anymore. They make me sick. I can't go on them anymore. The height scares me.
She is a freak when it comes to rides. She is not afraid of anything.
That's
she wanted to do
awesome.
skydiving, and we were like,
That's how Zoe is.
The skydiving at the Darien Lake, remember?
You want to do that?
The line
Did you do
where they
that?
pull you all the way up.
Oh yeah. You said I could do that with my papa. I was tall enough.
Yeah, you're tall enough.
Yeah, you're not
Which
tall
is
enough yet.
surprising.
Yeah, that I'm scared of.
Yeah, she wants to do that, but we told her she has to go on with her papa.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, I can go on with my dad.
Dad won't do that because he doesn't like heights.
Yeah.
Hunter will do it with me.
No, Hunter will not.
I'll be Bryson one. No.
You're braver than your brothers.
Really? You're braver
Yeah.
than them
It's true.
when it comes to rides? Really?
Oh, big time.
Oh, wow.
I don't care what other people think. I'm going on it.
Wow. That means you're fearless. Are you fearless?
I'm scared of spiders. I hate spiders.
I hate spiders too, so I get you there. I can't stand spiders. I don't
Yeah,
like
she's not a
them.
bug fan in general.
I just don't like how the way spiders
Oh,
crawl.
then if you ever came here and you visited us, Lillian, my one daughter, she loves bugs. And she would be bringing you all kinds of bugs. She'd be like, look at this bug. Look at this bug. Isn't this bug cool? Like, she catches the geckos and, like, she catches everything. She loves bugs.
Those little lizards we saw when we were in Florida that we kept trying to catch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. those
She
are
catches
geckos.
those, yeah. She loves them things. Yeah. I don't like
Those
them.
things are fast.
They do go really fast. She's really quick, though. She's, like, really fast when she catches them. She's super sweet. She's actually caught a few butterflies, too.
Ooh, we like butterflies.
She loves butterflies. She catches them.
When we were at the fair, there was this little butterfly place. We can like hold butterflies and stuff.
Oh, were they landing on you? Cool. That's really cool.
There are butterflies and moths.
I did not.
Oh,
get
I don't
one
like the
butterfly.
moths. I could do without the moths. I like the butterflies.
Yeah.
I like the moths. Yeah.
Yeah, we learned about the monarch butterfly. They're not very friendly.
Oh, really?
They didn't like being held like the other species of butterflies.
Huh. I never knew that.
Yeah, we didn't either. And the lady was telling us that they gave you like a Q-tip. They had like sweet syrup on them
Uh-huh.
to attract them. And the monarchs, like they'd come on it for a second, they immediately fly away. But like all the other ones,
They would stop.
perfectly fine being handled, like
Oh,
the yellow
wow.
ones. And the moths actually were the friendliest.
Huh.
So that was.
I don't like moths, so.
Man,
I'm
not all
not a
of them.
moth fan. No. Maybe because they're so big here. Like the
Yeah,
moths are
there's
huge
some pretty
here.
good sized ones.
Yeah. Did they?
No,
Did
she
you?
doesn't like stuff like that.
Did you see any butterflies that were black and yellow when you went there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did they tell you what kind they were? No? Because we've been seeing a lot of them here lately, and I've never seen them before, and I don't know what kind they are. And they're very friendly. They're really friendly. And I've never seen them here before. All the years that we've been here, I've never seen the black and yellow ones like we've seen this year. There's been so
yeah,
many.
Actually, I don't think we really see them here either. We see the monarchs and we see like the
Yeah.
those all white ones.
Yeah.
Whatever though.
Yeah, I don't even know what those are. I think those are moths. I don't know.
They might be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Those are the ones we see frequently. I don't think we've ever seen the yellow and black ones. So I don't usually like any kind of bugs flying at me.
Oh, you don't? You don't like any flying
No.
insects?
No.
Yeah.
I don't like insects at all. Any type of insect.
Yeah.
She's
Me either,
usually
really.
like that too. She'll see something in her room and she's convinced that even if we kill it, there's another one somewhere, and then she doesn't want to sleep in.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's not good.
that freaks her out. And we have our neighborhood's very well known for bats.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
almost bat season, and she'll get very upset and not want to sleep in her room.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame her for that.
Is there anything else you want to tell everyone? No.
No. It was nice
Not much
meeting
of a
you.
public here.
I liked meeting you. I hope I get to talk to you again. I hope I get to see you again. Maybe next time Zoe will come on too and you guys can meet each other. Or maybe one of the other kids even. Any of them, really.
What do you think about that?
I
Yeah,
have
you wanna talk
five.
to him?
I have five, so I'm sure one of them, I could get one of them to come on here.
I could probably get Bryson on. He's quite obnoxious.
Yeah, I bet you him and Elijah would probably get along really well.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think they have the same interests.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially
Bryson will
Elijah
talk
acts a lot older than his age too, so
Bryson acts younger.
we'll see what I mean. So they kind of would like it would they would be a
They'll
good
balance
match.
each other out.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll be nice. Yeah. Bryson will never stop though. He'll just talk forever.
Oh, wow.
He's my social
That's
child.
Chloe. That's Chloe. Like the other day we were at the pool and these kids came and they were visiting too, and they were at the pool and this one boy, you could tell he was really quiet and shy. Well, and Chloe just goes up and says hello to everybody. That's just the way she is. So she tries to start talking to this kid, and this kid is like swimming away from her to like get away from her. Like, please leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you, girl. And I was like, oh my God. So I had to get in the pool and I was like, Chloe, honey, I don't think he really wants to talk. He's swimming away from you. And she's like, well, I just wanted to see if he wanted to be my friend. And I said, yeah, but I don't think he really wants to make friends right now. So let's just leave him alone. But yeah, that's how she is. She'll like push herself on someone.
Yeah, it's funny because Bryson is very extroverted in public, but like at home, like he could care less about hanging out with people.
Mom,
Like he's like just I'm fine. I don't need friends. But then like if you get him in a setting where there's a lot of people, he will just talk and talk and talk, and then people get annoyed with him.
Aww. I could tell you're definitely a mama's girl. Are you?
Yeah.
but
Yes.
I look like my dad.
But you look like your dad. Aw. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Tells everyone that. I know. I look like my dad.
Look like her.
Like me?
Yeah, everybody says that.
I think you look like your mom. Yeah.
I literally have one thing in common.
What? What's the
Our
one
attitude.
thing? What? What did she say?
Our attitude.
Wait, I couldn't hear you. Say it again.
Our attitude.
Oh, attitude. Okay. Okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I would say that my daughter who has anxiety like you, she definitely has my attitude too. Absolutely. And she would tell you that too. She would tell you it. She would.
Yeah.
Next time we're on here, I'm going to make sure that she comes on so she could say hi to you, Layton. I'll talk her into it so you can meet her.
Yeah.
Does that sound good? All right. Sounds good to me. Okay, so are we good?
Yeah.
All right. So it was nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you too.
Aw, you're so sweet.
You wanna say goodbye to everyone?
Bye. Bye.
Tell them we'll see them again in 2 weeks,
2
right? 2 weeks.
Yep.
In 2 weeks. And tell them don't forget to subscribe and listen to us on Spotify, and make sure they subscribe. Again, I'm going to say subscribe. And then join our Facebook group, because we want you guys to get in conversation so you can talk more. And maybe they could come on and meet you guys, right?
Yeah.
That would be good too.
Make sure to subscribe and like and follow us
Yep.
and listen to us on Spotify.
That's right. You got it. Layton, I'm going to bring you on here every other week, and you're going to tell them that. Sound like a good idea? Because you did it perfect.
Oh, shut up.
You did it perfect.
Okay, so we can say bye, everyone.
Bye. See you next week. Oh, no, in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.